So this shrine's architecture is a little familiar to us because it follows almost the same. Adhisthana alone I'm concentrating. We will look at the Padavarga and Prastaravarga portions a little later when we come to Mahabalipuram. We will look at all of that in detail. Here in the Adhishthanam, what we have to know is Jagati, Kumuda, Kampa, Kantha, Pattika portions if we know, and Upana of course. So this Adhisthana portions if we know, the same thing will follow up to later Choda. So even in Vijayanagara, so this forms the basis for the n number of episodes that we will go about doing about Adhisthana. So only when this is clear, we can talk about Pratipadda Adhisthana, Padapadda Adhisthana, Padmapadda Adhisthana, etc., 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 etc. Adhishthanas. We can talk about this. When we want to introduce varieties of Kumuda, uh, Kumuda, Triputta Kumuda, Katakavrita Kumuda, etc., etc., etc. Again, we need this as the base. So this is very important. Moving on. Okay, some problem. I'm not able to switch slides. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So just opposite to this shrine on the other end of the temple is this magnificent Gangadhara. I think especially when you go there and look at him, you will have to just be mesmerized at what a creation this is. This is just absolutely brilliant. He is more than life sized. He is 2 times a man's height, and he's just, I don't know, I don't even have adjectives to describe what he is. He's just so beautiful. As you can look at him, his posture is Tribhanga. His face is a little turned, his upper torso and then his lower torso. He has one of his legs placed on a dwarf, a Gana. A Gana has to be made as Panchatala. So to his face, his body will be only 5 times. Whereas Shiva might probably be Navatala Murti, 9 times. So therefore you get the elegance here. You have it stout and fat here. And the Gana is holding the feet of Shiva, and Shiva's Vastra is Aprapada. And look at how the Vastra is draped around his thighs and his, you know, this thing. So even that you can see, and this is the hardest of material to work on, mind you. And then his Yajnopavita is Vastra Yajnopavita. His other hand holds a flower. His tresses of hair, if you see, one hair just strings loose, and he has a makara in his ear, and even his Banki, as we call it, is just Bhujakirti. It's just so beautiful, and he has a Kati Bandha, and his hand, the other hand, is in Kati Avalambita fashion, and the other right hand holds a Sarpa, and that Sarpa is coming down, and then it is going up to look at Shiva. And one more thing that we see here is he has a Jata Mandala, and from the Jata, he takes out just one tress of Jata, and he says, let Ganga flow. So here is Ganga Devi going down from his Jata Bhara. She is ready to flow down. And that moment of releasing Ganga is Gangadhara Murti. That moment of releasing Ganga, you see, there are two people below who are who are who are seated and who are bowing to him. They have their hair in Jatabhara, they have their dresses here, hair dresses. They have one Kantha Bharana, their Yajnopavita, and they are showing Vismaya Mudra. All of them here are, and there are two rishis in the behind if you have failed to notice. Here is one rishi, here is another rishi. He's looking directly at Shiva's eyes, and he is showing Vismaya Mudra. Vismaya Mudra literally means aha. It's an expression that they show. And in Indian art, you will not find, after the Greek influence, after that ended, you will not find wings for people who are flying. So this is literally Chandra and Surya who are flying. But to show people who are flying, they just lift their legs up in the air and show. You do not have wings in Indian art. So devas like Chandra, Surya are coming, the Ganas are here, the Rishis are here, the Gandharvas are here. Everybody is here to see Shiva, who is releasing Ganga as Gangadhara. Okay. It's a magnificent sculpture. I have not gone into detail of iconography, the story, nothing I've gone into. I've just described him. in a very, very basic fashion. And it's just beautiful. I don't know what to say. Getting back to architectural features, the medallions that we saw as introduced in Mamandor get more and more complicated, more and more beautiful here. And in Mahabalipuram and Kanchipuram, they go into a very, very elegant level. Just give me a minute. So here you see there is a Padma lotus medallion, and then you have just scrolls, another scroll, and then you have a Kinnari here, who is half lady, half mermaid kind of lady, half Pakshi actually, half bird. She holds a veena in her hand. So Kinnari Lata, Padma Lata, Patra Lata. Lata is scroll. So you have variations in medallions. And just beside the Gangadhara, there are two pilasters here, if you can see. These pilasters, if you can observe closely, have inscriptions on them. These two inscriptions are just wonderful inscriptions. I'm not going into the detailed analysis of these inscriptions, although they will warrant one whole session by themselves. I'll just take one shloka. This is the inscription where it reads, Kavirim Nayanabhirama Salila Marama Maladharam देवो वीक्ष्य नदी प्रियः प्रियगुणम् अप्येष राज्येदिति साशंका गिरिकन्यका 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 साशंका गिरिकन्यका पितृकुलं हित्वेह मन्ये गिरौ नित्यं तिष्ठति पल्लवस्य दयितां नित्यं तिष्ठति पल्लवस्य दयितां एतं नेतां ब्रुवाणा नदीं. So these two lines that you see is the shloka end. So it is actually, it will become a yum like thing. McDonald's madri irukum later. So this means that the shloka is ended. Here im is there. So Kavirin Nayanabhirama Salila Malam Arama Maladharam Devo Viksha Nadipriyaha Priyagunam Apyesha Rajyediti Sashanka Girikanyaka Pidrukulam Hityeha Manye Girau Nityan Tishtati Pallavasya Dayitam Yetam Rivana Nadim. This Kavirin Nayanabhirama Salila Mara. I'm just reading it again and again. It is so beautiful. So here what he says is Sa Shanka Girikanyaka. Girikanyaka is Parvati, daughter of Parvata. Parvata means Giri or mountain. So that is Parvati. Why he chooses the term Girikanyaka is because Shiva is again Gangadhara here. From where does Ganga originate? From the mountain. So who is Ganga? Ganga is also Girikanyaka. Parvati is also Girikanyaka. So Sa Shanka Girikanyaka. Now we don't know whether he is talking about Parvati because she is also Parvata Raja's Putri, mountain's daughter, or if he is talking about Ganga, who is also born from the mountains, but either of the wives of Shiva. See how he is playing with words. Sa Shanka, she is having a doubt. Now, either of the wives of Shiva, be it Ganga or Parvati, they are having a doubt. What doubt are they having? Sa Shanka. Shanka is doubt. Kavirin Nayanabhirama Salilam Arama Maladharam Devaha. Where is this Uchipilayar Kovil or the Rockford situated? Just on the banks of Kaveri. Therefore, Kaveri Nayana Abhirama. Kaveri and her surroundings in Tiruchirappalli are just so beautiful. Nayana Abhirama. They're just gorgeous treat to the eyes. And what has Shiva done? He has come and sat in this temple built by Mahendravarman. And Salila Mala Arama Maladharam. Arama. He is so relaxed here in the temple. Salilam water. Maladharam. He has made a garland for himself with Kaveri. Dharam Devo Vikshya Nadi Priyaha. Seeing that God Shiva, who is in Tiruchirappalli, near Kaveri, inside the temple built by Mahendra, having Kaveri as the mala, as a water mala, Salila mala, Devaha, that God, Vikshya, seeing him, Nadi Priyaha Priyagunam Apyesha Rajyediti. Nadi Priyaha. He is Nadi Priya. Now here he does not say whether he is Nadi Priya, Kaveri Priya or Ganga Priya. That is the doubt that Ganga is getting or Parvati is getting. What happened? You are Ganga's Priya, but now you have become Nadi Priya because you seem to favor Kaveri. I am very much afraid. Will you leave me and go? Therefore, Giri Kanyaka gets a Shanka. She is doubting and she is asking, looking at Shiva, she is asking, Pidrukulam Hitveha Manye Girau. See, my Pidrukulam is Himachala. I come from Himachala because my father, if you take it as Parvati, the father is Himavan, who is Himachala. If you take it as Ganga, again she is born from Himalayas. Anyway, Himachala is the Pitrukulam, my father's house. Hitveha Manye Girau. Are you going to give up your Mamanar's house, your in-laws place, and you are going to come to this new place built by Mahendra and Nityam Tishtati Pallavasya Dahitam Yetam Ruvana Nadim? Are you going to sit here in this place built by Pallava? But then she says, no, I don't have to worry because you will not give up Ganga or Parvati and you will not come here and sit. You know why? Because you are Nadi Priya, you will want to make all the rivers yours, but Shiva, I'm afraid it is not possible for you to make Kaveri yours. You know why? Because Nityam Tishtati Pallavasya Dayitam Yetam Bruvana Nadim. This Kaveri that you see, you cannot attain it because it is not yours, it is Pallavas. It is Pallava's wife, Parvati. Kaveri is Pallava's wife, so you cannot attain her. She is already his. So you come back to Ganga and the Himalayas. Look at, I mean, it is not just a temple, it is not just an architectural piece, it is not just an artwork, it is not just a place of worship, it is not just a place of composing poetry, it is all of this. I'm just overwhelmed by the beauty of the poem that somebody can write in stone and keep in 7th century, early 7th century, and to think such beautiful aesthetic elements to incorporate it into some temple is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Just wonderful word play, wonderful play with mythology, wonderful play with poetry. It's just amazing. Coming back, our last site for today is Siyamangalam, Avanibhajana Pallaveshwara Graham. This is the plan. Again, you have stambhas which are same. Ardhamandapa, Mahamandapa, Pakshashila, the basic Adhisthana features, and a small Antarada, Garbhagraham, Pakshashila, Sopana, and Chandrashila. And I'm going fast because you're all acquainted with the terminologies. Developments in Dwarapala, fine Dwarapalakas emerged with wonderful Kirita, the horn, Jatabhara, Patrakundala, and the Hastas, and all of that. They developed Suchi, Hasta. Now, the addition that is made in the in Siyamangalam, Avanibhajana Pallaveshwara Graham. So the Saduram portion that we saw in Lalitankura Pallaveshwara Graham, we saw that we had inscriptions of titles that were there in the Saduram portion. But here, motifs start appearing. Lions. Look at this. I mean, the sculptures we saw in Amravati, the style is evidently followed. The Buddhist style that we saw in Mauryas and in Amravati, Ikshvakus, clearly the stylistic element and the composition is followed here. The inspiration is taken from there. This is the Vrishabhantika and Parvati. Now, where these are, if you can see here, this is the Saduram portion. The Kattu portion is here. You can see the octagon coming below. So, in these Sadurams, he is introducing sculptures. The first time sculptures are introduced in Saduram. This is the first Nataraja of South India, first Nataraja of Tamil Nadu. He introduces. First Nataraja Paganana, Siyamangalam. The first Nataraja you see. How beautiful is that? What he is dancing, look at his Jatabhara, look at his Patrakundalas, look at his Yajnopavita, look at his leg that is going up. Two Ganas, one is playing the Kudamura, other one is putting Talam on the other end. What is he holding? He is holding a hasta called Pataka in one hand, the other hasta is in Dola. Pataka is this palm, fist that he is showing. The other hasta is in Dola, which is just in a swing motion, or otherwise it is called as the Hasti Hasta, or a Gaja Hasta, or a Kari Hasta. The other two hands, upper hands, one holds fire, one holds a parashu or an axe, and he is lifting his one leg. And what the dance that he is doing is called it is one of the 108 Karanas, and it is called as the Bhujangatrasita Karana. Why is this so? Is because when a snake is coming near your leg, what will you do? You will immediately lift your leg like that because you are afraid. That is the posture that he is performing. That is called as the Bhujanga. The Bhujanga is a snake. Trasitam is to save himself. So Bhujangat Trasitam iti Bhujanga Trasita. This is given in Natya Shastra, one of the Karna Lakshanas, and then later developed by many Natyacharyas that have come. So this, he performs the Karana called as the Bhujanga Trasitam, perhaps to denote that you have a snake also. Bhujangat Trasitam. He has lifted his leg. So therefore, Bhujanga Trasita Karana, and one hand is supposed to show the Pataka, the other hand is supposed to show the Gajahasta or Karihasta, and this element will again it will change. First you are supposed to do with this leg, next you are supposed to change it that leg. It is like as if you have taken a photo from a dance performance. He is doing one click of that whole Karana, which is the Bhujanga Trasita Karana. Tamil Nadu's first Nataraja is here. So what we have done today is basically we have covered only one style, which is Mahendravarman style. Mahendravarman one style. Mamalla style we have not gone into. Mahendravarman, there are many cave temples that are there. We have only chosen 4 sample sites, and we have done that itself. You can see so much. The volume is just, and the academic knowledge that we gain is just immense. Just from these samples, I have not gone in detail about so many things. This is just the touch and go and see what is there, the treasure that we have. Only samples we have covered, and we have to continue later with rathas, caves, bas reliefs, and the constructed temples. So, as I said, Mamallapuram is one good monument where you have rock-cut caves, rock-cut rathas, open-air bas reliefs, constructed temples, everything. Name it, you have it in Mamallapuram. So and it has Mahendra's and Mamalla's style, both of them, which we will see in the next presentation. Uh, Thank you so much. I am unmuting you people. So if you want to talk something, if you want to say something, if we have to discuss any doubts, we can go. Thank you.